Hi, my name is Dr. Nate Farley. I work at Revive Dental Implant Center with Dr. Ken Howell, and this video today is going to cover hygiene around what we call a fixed bridge. Other names that it goes by is an Allon4, Allon-X, hybrid, fixed denture. It goes by a lot of names. But what I want to do is show you how you can clean around yours. This is a video intended for our patients to be able to clean better. And what I'd like to do first is take you over to the computer screen where I want to show you a case on a patient that I saw once who came to us with one of these fixed bridges and they were unable to clean around it. So we made some adjustments and made it more possible for them to clean. The reason I want to show it to you is I want you to be able to see the benefits of good hygiene and what that does to your gingiva, your gums. And then after I show you that, I also want to show you the website where you can go and buy these special brushes for cleaning around your fixed bridge.
All right, so here's the example I wanted to share where a patient came to us because they had a real itchy burning sensation underneath their fixed bridge where they were unable to clean. And this is what we found when we removed it. And I just wanted to warn you that for this short little part, you're going to see some gross, poor oral hygiene. You can fast forward to the actual brushing if you need to. But this is what the gums look like when we took their teeth out. And you can see in here some areas where some debris is sitting like right around the implants and how the gums are just red and inflamed. And let me show you what that looked like on the underside of the prosthetics. So you can see what I mean, kind of gross, but all of this is just sitting there right up against the gums. And the problem is that the patient can't even clean this himself because the contours, the shape of this is what we say is concave. So it's shaped like a C and it kind of hugs the patient's ridge, okay, of their gums. And I'll show you a diagram in a second, but you can kind of see right here that it just kind of scoops in, and so getting in there to clean is nearly impossible. This is the diagram I was talking about. So unfortunately, it's too often that these get designed improperly for hygiene, and they make it so that the prosthetics, imagine this right here that I'm pointing to is the pink part of your prosthetics, and how it wraps around the ridge. So if you were to get floss into that space, that floss can't clean into this area where you saw previously that all that stuff was. What we promote is actually to remove this part that wraps around the ridge so that the shape is more like this. That way, if you got some floss into this space, you'd be able to clean all of the plaque and calculus out of there. And so this is what we did for the patient. We took his prosthesis into the back, we cleaned it up, but then we reshaped the prosthetic. So this is what it looked like when we put it back into his mouth. Okay, so you can see now there aren't any of those concave surfaces. It's either flat or convex. This is now a photo when he came back 2 weeks later for a follow-up, and you can see how much better he did at cleaning, and then look at how much healthier the gums looked when just by us making it possible for him to clean. So I just want to emphasize that because you got to make sure that whoever is designing your teeth is paying attention to hygiene and making sure that you can clean around your teeth. And this is just a before and after of what he was able to clean before the change and after the change, and how his gums were before and then after the change. So when we give this kind of a prosthesis to a patient, what we want them to do is start off with a water pick. A water pick is nice because it's going to knock out some of the very larger pieces of debris, but it doesn't actually remove plaque. So you have to go in with other things after the water pick. But I still highly recommend that if you've already invested in something like this, that you take it, hygiene up a notch and start with that water pick. But then after that, there's a lot of brushes on the market. The one that I've always recommended is these ones from a company called Teepee. I don't know if I'm saying their name right, but that's how I pronounce it. But they have on their website an implant care kit, and this is the different things that you get in it. And this is the kit I'm going to show you how to use each of these brushes, so you understand why these brushes were specifically designed to clean around this. I'm going to just show you real quick on their website where to find it. Alright, so this is tpusa.com, okay? And when you get onto their website, you can come over, if you start off on their homepage, the way you get to the product that we're going to talk about is under Shop Our Products. Notice right here where it says the TP Implant Care Kit. And this is only $20, okay? And they'll ship it right to your house, and you can even subscribe where they'll automatically send you, and you save 20% by doing so. But this is where you come to purchase this kit. But I want to now kind of go through the kit with you and just show you where each of the brushes are used. So this is the kit that you'll get in the mail if you order that $20 kit, and I just want to go through it with you. I'll kind of show you what's in it. We've got a variety here. Let me just get all 5 of these out. Alright, let me move that. So these here are the 5 different things that come in it. These are similar in how they function, but they're designed different. These are 2 brushes we're going to go over, and then this is some floss. Let's go ahead and go in the order that I would recommend you doing it. I'm going to save the floss for last. I want to start with these 2 brushes right here. Okay, let's start with this one. This is a brush specifically designed so that if you take your teeth and yours is standing right in front, this is you with your brush, it's designed to clean in this space right in here. Okay, notice how the brush has only 2 rows of bristles to make it nice and slim. This prosthesis is a lower one, and you can see that we have space that we've intentionally put underneath. That's to make hygiene even easier. If you have this same kind of set of teeth but in the upper arch, what you'll notice is there is no space, because that messes with your speech. The space is going to, like this junction here, is going to be a lot tighter, but those 2 rows of bristles are still ideal for brushing into that space. That cleans out this crevice, and you'll come in from this side and then across the front and down in this side, and that's going to clean out that crevice of any further debris. This is assuming you've already hit it with the water pick, but you're going to brush in there. It still isn't going to get all the way underneath. Now notice though that this is hard to get into this space down in here, okay? And that's what that other brush is for. This brush right here, if you look at that, it has been designed to have this little, I guess, crook in the neck, and also notice that the bristles run perpendicular to the handle, so that if you're sitting here with your hand out in front of your mouth, you can take this brush and you can bring it in and brush down into this space. I'm going to tilt it so you can see, but this allows you to easily get the bristles down into the same crevice but on the side where your tongue is. And that's going to be the same. If it's an upper one, you would go right up in there and clean along there. So those 2 brushes are meant to get into that crevice. Now we have the little brushes here, and what I want to mention is that they come in different sizes. So if you look right here and kind of just line them up, and on the package you'll see that there is like a legend that tells you the sizes of them, but you have something that goes very, very small up to something that's very, very large. Now which one you use is going to depend on you and how much space there is between the pink part of your teeth and your gums. And so like I said, when this is made in your upper jaw, there is no space. So this is probably going to be your go-to, maybe this pink or the orange one. But if you look right here, that's too small for this space down below. So you kind of maybe start with this one and keep going up until you find one that you don't want it to hurt when you put it in, but you do want to feel a little bit of pressure as it goes in and out. I'm going to jump to this larger one and see that this, and if this is uncomfortable for you, then you go down to the next one below and see. This feels just about right. Okay, so if you look right into that space, you can see that this goes into that space. This, in my opinion, is going to be one of the best things you can do to keep the area clean. See how I can get right up against where the implants are? I can start in the middle and I can go outward toward the implant and then go the other way until I hit the implant on the other side. And so that allows all of this to get very well cleaned, and you end up with very healthy gums, healthy tissues. Okay, and the other nice thing about these is, you know, once you find out what size, like if you realize that purple is best for you, you can go to the company and order a bag of just the purple. So you're not always buying all of them. All right, so then another one that works well if there's not a lot of space. It doesn't work so well if you have big amount of space like this one. But the nice thing about these is they're easy for travel. Okay, so if you look right here, this is just one of these. And this is the same idea. It's a rubber tip that has some serrations to it, and that can go into that space. These are actually really nice to go in between your teeth, like a toothpick if you want to use it for that. But these don't come in a variety of sizes, so this isn't always going to be the best. You could still place it in there and kind of hold it up snug against the underside and go back and forth. But the one that comes in it comes with this little case here, so you can take these and you can bring some with you and just keep it in that little case. Okay, so that's nice. The last thing that I wanted to show is this floss. Now, they call it bridge and implant floss. I've also seen other companies refer to this as super floss. I want to explain what's different about this floss. Okay, let me grab one of them. So if you look at this floss has different sections to it. Okay, there's a section here where it is a little bit stiffer, where you can see it's blue, but in the middle it gets nice and thick. And the idea with this stiff end is to be able to run it into this space and pull it through, and pull it so you get to this thicker area and use that area for flossing. And so you're going to go ahead and with these you can try and, you know, curl it around. You can bite down all the way, hold your lip down so you can try to see into that space. If you're opening really wide, it's going to be very difficult. Close down all the way and then pull your lip down, and then you try to guide this into that space right there until it comes through the other side. Once it comes through the other side, you can pull that through until you have it underneath the prosthesis. Now, once you have the floss there, and technically you could do this with regular floss, this one's nice because it's very thick. Once you get it under there, the idea is to run it back and forth, to hug it up against the implants like this, and move up and down like this. So you're kind of going up and down like this, back and forth, and all the while, I'm just going to hold it like this, all the while you're kind of holding it snug against the underside and wiping that plaque off of there. Okay, and let me grab one other thing that I want to show you in case this does not make, in case you can't get this through because it's just not stiff enough. So an option you have is what they call a floss threader. Normally these are what people use to get floss underneath their bridge. It is like a needle that you would put thread through. And the idea here is if you were to look at the difference between the two, this one is much stiffer than this one. And you can use regular floss again or use this floss, but what you would do is place the floss through one end of that and then pull it down like this. Let me move my hand like so. And now this is what you could use to try to go right underneath there. And because this one is made out of plastic, you can create a little curve if you need to kind of hook underneath that space. And the idea here is once you pull it under, it pulls the floss. Hold on to one side and then pull the other one all the way through until it comes out. You can put that down, and now you've got it into that space. So I do love flossing under these, but I realize that because it takes a lot of effort, I am not going to ask you to do it daily. But what I would be doing if this was me on a daily basis, I would first hit it with a water pick to get most of it out. I would then come in with the brush design for the tongue side, then the one for the lip side. Okay, come through here, and then I would go in with these little brushes and go and clean. And I would probably go as far as this comes with one of these lids. Whichever the right size for you is, I would keep one with you during the day in your pocket, in your purse, and that way after you've eaten something, you can kind of swish some water around, but then go in and just kind of clean under there clean under there, just so you can, you know, keep the debris out of there all day. Because as you saw in the photo earlier, the more we leave debris up against our gums, the more irritated they get, and heaven forbid, you can also get infection around implants from poor oral hygiene. So I hope that gave you some ideas on how to clean around this, and we'll start referring all of our patients to this video so that you can get better at your oral hygiene around your All-on-X or Allon4 hybrid fixed denture, whatever you want to call it. So thank you very much for joining us today.